Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your fam, it's your boy Rico back at it again. Welcome to another edition of You Know What, the Rico Report, brought to you by Buffalo Fanatics. Clearly, y'all can see that I'm not live in the studio. I'm not live, you know what I'm saying, in my spot where I feel the most comfortable in the studio at the Rico Palace. I just made that up, Rico Palace. It ain't no palace, it's just a little spot where I podcast. But folks, welcome to another edition. Do me a favor while you guys enter the room, when you guys come in and have a seat and take your little phones and your laptop and your big screen TV, hit that like. Find a way to, scroll and hit that little thumbs up to let your boy know that there's love right here, and that we'll go from there. Folks, we've been waiting. We've been waiting a long time. Doesn't this feel like this season just crept up on us? At least for me, that's how it feels. It feels like the season just crept up on us like that. And I'm just like, what? We're here already? Thursday night game going down in no time? Sunday night game is soon approaching? Are the Bills ready? Are fans ready to have their heart rates go up, drop all the way down again, and back up again? Are y'all ready for that? Because we had a break. We had a little break. And now we're back to it. Welcome, folks. The season is upon us. The offseason is in the background. The season is here. This is the first show of the year going into it, followed by, obviously, we'll have another Friday show where myself, and my man Z-Bot, and then we'll have pregame, and then we'll have the post-game show, and on top of that, we're going to have the live feed from my guy, P Money. Folks, welcome. So, week 1, the Ravens. Let me tell you something, fam. Earlier this offseason, when the schedule came out, we were wondering, let's have fun and let's put our predictions together, right? Let's put our predictions together and take a look at what the season's going to look like, and where we can find some wins. And that we did. I think all Bills fans did it, right? To see where the Bills can find a W, where the Bills can do this, that, and the third. And I went back to take a look at some of the decisions I made. And the one thing that I do remember is week 1. Week 1 against the Ravens, I had the Bills winning that game. And the reason I had the Bills winning that game was because we're not going to allow these guys to do to us what they did to us in the regular season again, and for them to create this narrative that they're a much better team than us. Because that's exactly what took place in the regular season with the Bills, when they just absolutely they beasted us. That's exactly what they did. They beasted us. They skunked us. You name it, they did it to us. And we just looked like we were outmatched. And the whole season, rest of the way, we couldn't hang with the Ravens. The Ravens were too good. We couldn't stop the run game. We're not going to have any answers for, the reigning MVP, then Lamar Jackson. All that was put to bed, obviously, in the playoff game. Come this season, I don't know if I'm as confident as I was in the offseason when I was saying we're going to win this game. Because I had in my mind that, you know what? We're not going to let that. We're not going to let them have that narrative again. I don't know if I feel as strong about it. Not because we're not talented enough, because we pretty much brought back the same offense, a few tweaks here and there. I think we got slightly better at the position. But the defense, that's a whole nother ballgame. I'm not quite certain what we have with this defense. So we're soon going to find out. But before I get into that, folks, before I get into all of that good stuff, knowing the players that are going to be in this game, right, coming up. Obviously, we got the Thursday night game. We have the Sunday night game, obviously, with the Bills and Ravens. Have you guys done your drafts yet? Have you guys gone in and done your drafts yet? I had one just the other night. Not bad. I respect it. I'll have to share my screen later on and show you what I got. I'm okay with it. I had an auction draft not too long ago. It was pretty cool. But I'm telling you right now, if you guys have not jumped on the sleeper app, you guys are sleeping. Y'all are sleeping on this. This is the number one app in the game right now. And if you guys have not jumped on it, y'all need to jump on it ASAP. Folks, this is it. Get your draft. I got a draft after this, as a matter of fact. I just want to let you guys know that. But if you guys aren't and haven't, you guys got to jump. You got to get on the sleeper app. If you haven't got it, you got to get it right now. But here's a little secret you guys don't know about. It's more than just a platform for those season-long fantasy leagues. It's not. This year, millions of users enjoyed playing the fantasy sports on the sleeper app. But the app offers so much more that you guys don't realize. Live stats, real-time updates, with visualizations on the stats, live, the news feed. It gets you lightning fast updates on your favorite players on the teams. Real-time chat. You can engage with the guys. I'm wondering, yo, what's Chris Olave? What's that going to be about? Let me hit the chat, see what they're saying. Yo, they're clowning Chris Olave. Next, I ain't doing it, right? Those are the things. Real-time chat, engage with other users about individual plays and performances during the NFL season. Download the number one sports app today and experience it for yourself. I don't got to tell you, you guys got to jump on it. Go ahead and do that. So go ahead and use that code BF25 and you'll get up to $100 to match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of the use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out the Sleeper app today. Folks, I hope that I'm able to do a great job tonight because this is my big 14-team league draft. And 14, if you're in a 14 team league, God bless you, because that's a tough one. That is a tough one. So let's get back right into how we want to do things today. I'm not going to get into the Gabe Davis thing just yet because I'm really on this upcoming season with the Ravens. I got one issue. With the Bills going into this season. It was somewhat of an issue last year. Wasn't horrible, but we could have been much better in this department. And I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Stopping the run. Stopping the run. That's exactly what we tend to fall victim to. A lot of the games that we lose is because we cannot stop the run. Can't stop the run. And that's been the biggest issue. Last year we ranked 12th in stopping the run last year. And I'm looking at what the Bills have been capable of doing, what they've lacked in being able to do. And the one thing that stands out to me is we tend to let teams gash us for big runs. But then it can be demoralizing. You guys saw Henry takes it to the sideline. Rasul Douglas forgets how to tackle. We take awful angles. And there goes King Henry for 80-plus yard touchdown. It's nasty work. Those are the type of things that you're not trying to see, but it happens. It happens. So what did we do to improve on our run? What do we do? Do we improve by adding certain players that will help us? Some might say adding Bosa will absolutely help this situation. Some might say adding both big-time Deion Walker, adding TJ Sanders will help the situation. Having a healthy Matt Milano should help the situation. So could this defense hold up? Because I feel that passing the rock on the Bills we're one of the best, typically near the top. We're one of the better pass defending teams in the league. You have a defensive-minded head coach that knows the defensive backfield very well. He always has that department on lock. It's stopping the run that is our issue. During the season, we didn't do so great. During the playoffs, no better. We let the Ravens rip us for 176 yards. Fam, we just can't have that. Over 150 yards rushing? I know. I get it. Derrick Henry's on one side. You got Lamar Jackson there. Listen, I totally 100% understand and get that part. But this year, we're going to be facing some dogs at the running back position. We're going to be facing some dogs at the running back position. Let me remind you who we'll be facing. So you got Henderson and you got Ramondre Stevenson with the Patriots. Travion Henderson is going to be a ball player. Need I remind you of who's with the Jets? Breece Hall. Alvin Kamara. Then you got Derrick Henry. Then you got Bucky Irving with the Bucks with Rachaad White. You got Saquon. You got Alvin Kamara. You got Bijan Robinson you got to deal with. You got Caleb and Wright that you have over there in Pittsburgh. You got Chuba Hubbard that can run the football. He's nice. You got Nick Chubb that you're going to have to deal with, and I think that he's going to have his legs underneath him. And the Browns can certainly run the football as well. So there's a good chunk of running backs that we have to face this year that we're going to have to defend. And I hope that we're up for that. But that's not about the rest of these guys. It's about the Ravens. Are we prepared for the Ravens? And I don't want to get too into all the things that we need to get into because Friday's show is going to be a lot closer to that in previewing and getting the keys to this team and how to beat the Ravens and how to really start the season 1-0, because you guys know I've said this before. I personally hate 0-1. I hate it. I don't care if we go 1-1. That first one has got to be a win. McDermott's 5-3 when it comes to week ones. Apparently, Harbaugh 12-5. That boy nice. He knows how to take care of week one matchups. So we have our hands full going into it. So the number one thing is, will we be able to stop the run? That's going to be the biggest thing. You could talk about all the additions that we've made to this team. We could talk about all the things that happened in the offseason. At the end of the day, it comes back down to what our issue's been for years: stopping the run. Will we be able to do it? Do we add the pieces that can help us do that? That's going to be the biggest thing that I'm watching for. Number two, the young players. And I'm more specifically going to refer to the defense. We got some young players that are going to be stepping up to the table. Will they be able to load up, right? TJ Sanders is going to get his first taste of the NFL. Deion Walker is going to get his first taste. Are the bright lights going to be too much? This is where those veteran guys on the team, Joey Bosa, AJ Epinesa, Greg Rousseau's a vet now. Hopefully these guys can come in and settle the young boys down, right? Matt Milano, Dorian Williams is already, established himself that he can play in this game. Nothing's too big for him. Still a young player, but will we be able to get our act together? Let's go back to the defensive side of the football, the backfield. Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop is going to get the start. He's going to be starting next to Taylor Rapp. Did this offseason allow him to grow just a smidge? We had that awful performance against the Bears. He came back against the Bucks and looked a lot better. A lot more time with the number one defense, of him being healthy. Will he show up? Will he be an asset to this defense? Time will tell. Trey White, going to his eighth year as a DB, multiple injuries. He says he's got his legs underneath him. We'll soon find out. And Christian Benford, we already know what we have in Christian Benford, a true dog. All these pieces got to come together. And week one is a heck of a test against the team that's coming into this pissed off. If you don't think the Ravens are pissed off and got a point to prove, y'all are bugging. They're coming in not only for blood, they're going to try to derail our season, because every game is going to matter for these Bills, especially if you have the goals that we have, which is A, winning that division, and B, obviously we want that number one seed. That's got to be the goal. the schedule is pointing that we could get there. That number 1 seed. But every loss is going to be tight. You saw it last year. We were fighting for that. All right, we had a fantastic regular season. The record was great, but not good enough. Not good enough. Sean McDermott said something the other day when he's being I guess asked questions about the Bills and Super Bowls and so on and so forth. And he mentioned something to the nature of, you're never going to see a team go to the Super Bowl 4 times straight. You're never going to see a team go to the Super Bowl 4 times straight. Here's why I bring this up. You got to win the division, because if you don't win the division and you don't get your number 1 seed, you're going to give it to the Chiefs, which have the opportunity to go to their 4th Super Bowl straight. Fam, if this ain't the year, I don't know what to tell you. If this ain't the year, if there's not enough heat under that seat, I don't know what to tell you. This is gonna be an interesting year. This is gonna be an interesting year for these Bills. So let's keep it pushing here, because there's a few things that I do want to touch on. Offense. Let's get into the offense. Josh, how much stock do you guys put into Josh not having any reps this offseason? Some folks might say it's not a big deal. There's other quarterbacks that have done this before. They don't touch all offseason. They're just professionally, they're that good. They can just come in there and just start slinging that thing. I'm on the other side of the fence with that. I'm on the other side of the fence, and I need to know what your thoughts are on this, guys. I'd like for my quarterback to get a couple touches under live bullets. Whether the bullets being shot at are blank, I still want him to kind of get a sting. I mean, take a little bullet to the arm and a little gray shot, right? They're blank or they're beanbag bullets, but at least I want him to get a little bruise to the arm or bruise to the chest. Man's got no reps in preseason. I get it. You don't want to risk your player. And Josh Allen says, I leave that up to Coach McDermott. I leave that up to Coach McDermott. When he has a feel, he goes and tells me, nah, I'm not feeling it today. Nah, you can stay out. He was referring to one of the games where it was rain. I think it was last year. It was pouring rain. The field was slick. He was like, you know what? I wasn't going to let you play, but nah, sit this one out. He goes, I go by what Sean McDermott does for me. I said, cool. So before I get into Josh missing preseason, not getting into the game at all, you guys already know the Bills have had a hard time getting started. We tend to start slow. We tend to play to the, I guess we play to the weakness of the team. We play, you know what I'm saying, to our opponent when we should be bringing it to them. And it's crazy for me to say this because we were one of the best scoring offenses in the game, but it took us time to get started. And that was, and last year, I mean, there was a little bit of playing. This year, he didn't play at all. So we already have historically a hard time getting started. And now you didn't get your quarterback in with the offense to get it going. There was a few injuries here and a few injuries there. We never really had the whole offense together. And I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I was never comfortable with that. Then you had the mini holdout by Jimbo, couple injuries here. Khalil Shakir's damn near out the whole offseason. You had a couple in and outs with Kincaid. We never really got a full squad together for this offseason in one of the games. So it's going to be very interesting to see how quickly we can gel and start, racking the points up like we did last year. I mean, we had 8 games where we were just on fire. We were just putting points on the board. But you know how it is. The first 4 games of the season, it's dicey. People are still filling each other out. You're still getting that chemistry going, especially with the live bullets. We're going to need everybody stepping their game all the way up. But having your MVP not play in the offseason and not get a good feel for what's going down, I get it. We had some joint practices, but it ain't the same. You know that. So I'm very interested to see how that all is going to shake out when we take the field against the freaking Ravens. I think they asked one of the Ravens, how do you guys feel about going against the Bills coming up? They're like, yo, we can't wait. That game is circled. We got unfinished business. And this is why this game, I think, is going to be one of the games that I think this game is going to be one of those games that is going to probably be ranked as one of the most viewed games, Sunday night games. Ravens Bills, that's going to be something else. That is going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that all shakes out in the end. I got Kevin coming in and says, hey, three different coordinators, offensive scores 30+ points in past 5 years. Defense gives up 33 points. Same system for 8 years. Focus should always been on the defense. And I think that's, you saw that in the draft. The draft, McDermott pretty much said the hell with the offense. We know what we got with the offense. We're pretty much bringing everybody back in this offense. That's why they went heavy defense in this draft. So clearly defense was on the mind of the GM and head coach. So that's why I'm interested to see how this all comes together with Bobby Babich and how he gets these boys going. And we know that Bobby Babich is an intense coach. He wants that physical, get after it. He ain't soft. He by no means a soft dude. So this is where coaching is going to matter and how these guys are going to come out and ready to play. I mean, you don't have to get up for this game. There is no reason for you to try to get up for this game. We know the Bills know who they're facing. And by the time they get on that field, I hope they are hyped and ready to go. I'm looking to key additional pieces that are going to be the difference. So this, and I'm going to share more on Friday, but how do the Bills go into this game winning this game? How do the Bills go in and put a stop to all this momentum or motivation that these Ravens have? The key, obviously, lies with Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, one of the best quarterbacks in this game, future Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP. Some argue that he should have been the MVP last year with his 40 touchdown season with 4,000+ yards. Dude had a monster year. He had a fantastic year. And then there's a guy named Josh Allen that says, hey, by the way, don't forget me. But the key is always and always will be Lamar Jackson. And stopping him is one question. You don't really stop him. The same way you don't stop Josh Allen. The best way to do is contain. And we're back to the same thing. Contain Lamar Jackson. Easier said than done. But this is how you got to do it. It's about discipline. And you got to be disciplined. You got to stay within what your description of what you're supposed to do in this defense. The minute you go rogue, you're cooked. So we're hoping that it's going to be one band, one sound. Nobody's jumping ahead of the other. Nobody's trying to do extra. Nobody's trying to, you know what I mean? They saw something and they're jumping for it. They think they're Ed Reed out of all of a sudden. Play within the constructs of this defense. I think McDermott's a hell of a coach. I think he's going to have a good game plan. But it's Lamar Jackson, containing Lamar Jackson. And then once you contain, then you're hopefully putting them in a one-dimensional game where they've got to rely on the arm of Lamar Jackson. Now, he's proven that rely on my arm, it can happen. I'm able to make it happen. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But here's the biggest thing for me. He loves Andrews. He loves him. So if we can take away, the weapons that he loves, that blanket, and it sounds like I'm as elementary stuff, but it's one of those things that's been killing us. He gets momentum. He has comfort in Andrews, moves the sticks, and now we're like, okay, well, where's he going next? Take away that blanket, get him a little chilly, and have him take his risks. And when he takes risks, those are the times that we can pounce, right? The fumbles, right? The pressure that's on him, the overthrows, right? I mean, he's going to guys that he's not normally used to going to, and then boom, we got him, right? So those are the biggest things. Those are the big tests that the Bills are going to have. Big test. Man, oh man, it's going to be fun. This game is gonna be fun. All right, let me move on to my next segment because I can't stay too long tonight because I have my draft later on. The Buffalo Bills decided to officially bring back Gabriel Davis to the practice squad. So when they brought my man back to the Bills, before I get into you know, my opinion and my thoughts on Gabe Davis returning to the Bills. In 2 words, when you saw the news that the Bills brought, it doesn't have to be 2 words. I haven't used this graphic in a long time, so I'm actually excited to use this graphic. And this goes for the chat. All right, go ahead. Let me see if I can find my. Oh, hello. There it is. Go ahead and give me your 2. Ahead and give me the 2 words or 2 thoughts that came to you when this announced that Gabe Davis joined. My mic here. Can you guys hear me? Is that a little better? I gotta get a new recording. I'm holding by hand here, so I'm always shaking it and moving it. Is it better? How's my mic? All right, here we go. So Walter says, why not? I like that. Then you got Pfizer saying, not again. This is great, right? How's my mic? Is my mic okay? Okay, better. Hope it's better. I'll try not to move. My man Ty says, good. He didn't give me 2 words. He just gave me 1. He said, good. My man said, you're lying. Isaac McKenzie. My man said, excellent depth. I liked it. All right. Gabe the Babe. All right, cool. Gabe failed everywhere. All right. I see what you're saying. So I'm trying to get a good feel for what people's thoughts were. Because there's okay, Led Robster's like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. I see where we're going here. My man Hayden says, yo, what the hell? Like, why? My man said, our year. Oh, well, safeties suck. I mean, listen, I'm just trying to gain back. I'm just trying to get a perspective of what people are thinking with Gabe. Playoff Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Not needed. You say hot needed, but you said not needed. Okay, I'm with you. Fade Gabe. All right, here's my thing. All right. I went on obviously on Twitter today, on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I didn't understand the signing of Gabe Davis. Whether you signed him for the practice squad or you signed him for the 53-man roster, I didn't understand it. Now, people mistook, whether they mistook it for that or I don't know what they took it for, but they thought I was being overreactive, okay, or I overreacted to this Gabe Davis signing. And what I got was, why are you mad? Bro, do I look like I'm mad? Mad. That's number one. Why are you mad? I can't understand Bills fans that get so upset for a guy that got signed to the practice squad. He's only on the practice squad. And that's fair. He is only on the practice squad. So then, really what I was trying to get at was, why? Why bring Gabe Davis back? What's the vision? Because that's what I'm curious about. I could care less if they brought the brother back, but I'm wondering, what's the vision? Usually when you do something, there's a vision behind it. Because if you're just doing stuff just to do stuff, we got a problem. But if you brought him back because you have a vision for him, or you have, you know what I'm saying, something in mind, then I'm all here. I'm here for it. So then I started thinking to myself, okay, so how do I go about this? Like, what am I trying to convey here? Okay. And I had to put my notes down, because sometimes when you write some things down, It just flows a lot better. All right. So Gabe Davis. What do we know about Gabe Davis? Here's the case for bringing Gabe Davis back, and I think this is what a lot of people wanted to touch on. Okay, continuity. I think we all can agree that continuity is big. It's important to have continuity. I battled, I think it was a couple years ago. Was it last year or the year before? I battled with continuity. I thought continuity BS with continuity, right? But then I saw some things that made me that swayed me and said, okay, you know what? I can see why they want to bring familiar faces back. So continuity was the first one, right? Josh Allen already has. They've played together. Sorry for the mic, guys. It's cracking up. I'm trying to not move as much. Okay. Josh already knows him. There's chemistry. If there's an injury in the room, you have someone that can jump right in and help. It makes sense because he knows the offensive coordinator. He knows the scheme. He knows where he's supposed to be. And one thing that we wanted from our receivers is that you need to know how to play all the receiver positions, whether I want you in the slot, whether I want you at the X, whether I want you wherever, you know how to play, right? So you have that, right? An injury happens, he can pop right in there and you don't miss a beat, right? You can essentially plug and play him. Fine, I'll give you that. Number two, locker room. He knows the people. You know what you're bringing into the locker room. He's not a cancer. He's not a POS. He's a stand-up dude. He's a likable guy. And if you're not liked, you're not brought back to the Bills. So clearly, he's a likable guy. He gets it. He understands it. And they brought him back. He's a locker room good guy. He's a good insurance policy. He's on the practice squad. He's actually hurt right now. So this gives him time to heal up, use our facilities, and get back to it. I totally get that part, right? And at any point, we could elevate him to the 53-man roster. If the Bills are in a situation where they need to a deep shot, there's specific skill sets that he brings to the team. We know he can get deep. We've seen it before. We know that he's capable of making big plays, but they come far in between. I mean, there was games, 6 of them to be exact, where he had a donut, no receptions, but he can sure run block. Is that why we brought him here? To run block? Let's be real, right? But I'm making the case for as to why the Bills brought it back. It makes sense. Now, here's my thing about the case of why bring him back. I'm not hating on it, but like, why bring him back? Does he move the needle for you? Does he move the needle? But we're bringing back a former receiver too. It doesn't hurt to bring him on the squad because that's the argument I heard, right? Or I've been reading. It doesn't hurt to bring him back. He's a former receiver too, and like you have this guy on the squad right now. He can jump in in a pinch to be receiver 4, 5, or 6. Cool. For me, and for a lot of Bills fans, he don't move the needle. He didn't move the needle then. He didn't move the needle in Jacksonville. He doesn't move the needle for me personally. All right. Aren't we in a win now situation? Aren't we in a win now situation? Isn't coaching and GM supposed to try to improve this team so we can win now? We're in win now. How is he helping us win now? That's where I thought we were. We got a quarterback in his freaking prime right now. We're trying to do something. We got a safety that got released that can play in this league in Jabril Peppers, and we said, nah, we good. Gabe Davis, come on to the squad. How does that make us get closer to winning now? These are my notes, by the way. I'm going through my notes. I'm trying to keep things in line, right? He's not a separator. He's not a volume guy where you got to give him 6, 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? Throw him the ball constantly. He's not that guy. You know what I'm saying? We already have Keon Coleman. We got Shakir. We just brought in Palmer. Those are guys that we want to give the football to. So, to me, doesn't move the needle for me. That's number one. Number two, the skill set. It's a big play or it's nothing. There's no really in between with Gabe. You know that. It's either he has a huge game, we're like, whoa, like the Pittsburgh game, the Pittsburgh Steelers gets to catch a big 98-yard touchdown, huge, big play Gabe, or he gives you nothing. Right? So limited skill set. We know what he brings to the listen. It's big play or a bust. It's the vertical threat, not a great route runner, inconsistent separation, yards after the catch. He's not a yards after the catch guy. Never has been. Never been his strength. So those are the things I'm wondering. Okay, so what are we bringing back for exactly? All right, cool. And lastly, and this is a good. I'm not going to take this point, but I'm going to give it to my man Bobby. Usually for practice squad, if I remember, and back in the day when we played sports when we were younger, we called it the taxi squad, practice squad, whatever you want to call it, right? But those are for your developmental pieces. And I get it. The league has changed the rules a little bit where you can bring in veteran guys, right? So that stalls the young guys that are trying to come up and try to, bring something on. Because if we're trying to bring on a receiver, let's just say, God forbid, one of our receivers goes down, the developmental piece you want to go up there. Now, I get it. You want a guy that's a veteran guy that can just come right in and play and get good things. Haven't we been hearing great things by Wilkerson? Wouldn't you like to see Wilkerson get a shot? I'm not saying Wilkerson over Gabe, or am I saying that? Did we not see some upside from my guy, Wilkerson? We've been hearing nothing but great. Wouldn't you like to see that speed and that youth get onto the field? That's what I'm trying to say, right? But then we brought in Gabe Davis. That's going to be nursing his injuries and getting back to it, so on and so forth. So it doesn't move the needle for me. He's limited with the skill set, and you're stunting the growth of all these other guys that could get up there. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Y'all might not like it, but that's what I'm looking at this, right? So the big picture. So what I'm trying to get to is this. Window, right? Gabe Davis doesn't move that window forward. He doesn't move it forward. I'm trying to make this. We want this team to win the Super Bowl. Not. We've stayed safe for too long. Staying safe keeps you where we've been at, losing in the division grounds. You know what I'm saying? That in the 17-year drought, we didn't have a quarterback, but staying safe does that. I'm looking at this like, yo, we're trying to win it, not stay safe. So does Gabe Davis, does that move the window forward? Not for me. The move is more about stability than upside. Where's the upside? I want upside in the guy that I'm bringing to the team. I want a guy that when I bring him onto the team, he's going to bring this team up. Is Gabe Davis going to bring this team up? Is he going to improve this team all of a sudden? No, he's not. He's just insurance. And I get that part. So I guess I'm looking at that as at this point as if we're going to bring someone onto the squad, we want that person to like, bro, are you helping this team right now? Move this thing forward? Oh, you're not? So then what are we doing here? And it might not be popular with some folks that are listening to this right now. But that's what I'm reading. That's what my gut is telling me right now. So like that's why I was questioning. Not that I was mad about it. I was questioning what the vision was. What's the vision? What's the vision? Staying safe. That's what it gives me. It just says stay safe. I'm safe because listen, sometimes when we break up with your girl, you break up with your dude, you end up going and dating a couple people. It didn't quite work out. So you go back to the old boo because it's safe. Because you know the old boo, right? You know all the quirks about them. You know all the good and the bad, and you just know them. We go back to what we're comfortable with. But is that gonna move you forward? Is that gonna make you grow? Is that gonna make you be a better person and all that? Is that gonna make you? Is this gonna make you be a better team? What's he bringing to the squad that's gonna elevate anybody on the squad? That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm saying, right? And I get it. Gabe Davis is a familiar face. He knows it. He's going to be great, but it's also really safe. I'm not here about the safe. I'm here about pushing it forward and try to get this freaking thing so we don't go 5 times in a row losing to the freaking Kansas City Chiefs to send them to the Super Bowl for a 4th straight time. Aren't you sick of seeing the Chiefs? Isn't it our turn now? Well, bringing guys like Gabe Davis ain't certainly going to do it. And this is no hate on Gabe. No hate. It's just we know what we have in Gabe. And this is one last point I got to make. This is not in my notes. when when Gabe, you said me Gabe, when Brandon Bean went on to WGR and the topic was receiver, and I guess the two hosts, I forgot their names. Forgive me. I'm not trying to throw shade or anything. When the two hosts, Jeremy was one of them. When the two hosts were saying, "Hey, man," or one of them, "Yo, this receiver room, man." Like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing here. Like, what's up with that? Here you go bitching about this receiver room and go on and so forth, going on and on. And here we are still tinkering and messing with this receiver room. It's clearly showing me that we're not confident with this receiver room, which brings to the point that brother was making. Did we do enough with this receiver room? Are we content? Are you good? You didn't address it. You had ample opportunity to address it in the draft, and you didn't. No, but we bitching about the we guys keep bitching about it. Well, you brought back Gabe Davis onto the practice squad. Is there someone that you're not trusting, that you're just like, I don't trust this guy, man? Is it Curtis Samuel? Do you feel like Curtis Samuel is not going to be healthy enough? What is it? Do you think that Shavers it's a great story, but he's just not going to be good enough? What is it? I'm curious. That's for my guy Brandon Bean. Because rightfully so. I mean, they were on your ass, and I was for Brandon Bean. I like the moxie. But this is telling me like, maybe you're not so confident in this receiver room. I think we got better in the receiver room personally with the names that we brought in. But then when you see a name like Gabe Davis brought in, now you're like, interesting. Very interesting. So that being said, the way I look at it is this. Some folks are telling me, yo, relax, bro. It's not that big a deal. He's on the practice squad. It's cool. It's not hurting anyone. You know what I mean? Gabe knows the playbook. He knows Josh. He knows the city. He knows the locker room. He knows everybody. This is just going to be an easy fit. But for those that are raising an eyebrow like myself, it's not about panic. You know what I'm saying? It's more about like, where's the ambition to go in and get it? Yo, who we bringing in to really push this thing forward? Every team out there, the AFC got better. You think they're sitting here messing around thinking the Bills are the old Bills from before? Nah, bro. They know who we are. They're coming to take next, bro. They're coming to take next. The Bengals want nothing to do with the success that the Bills have had. They got Jamar Chase back. They got Trey Henderson back. They got all their boys back. Yo, we coming. You got me sounding like Dion. We coming, man. You know Lamar's not playing no games. You know the Chiefs ain't playing no games. You know the Chargers are ready to get up and back into the mix. Dude, you keep messing around, Patriots might come out here and be like, yo, what's up? You feel what I'm saying? So, like, we ain't got no time to be tinkering and messing around, man. We need to push this thing forward. So, are we adding players to raise the ceiling? Or, like I said, are we doing things to stay the same, right? To stay safe. And to me, this was a safe addition. This wasn't a push the game forward, push this team forward addition. So, some folks might say, yo, this is insufferable, man. You're being crazy. You're being overreactive, right? I'm just a fan that is hungry for a freaking win. Don't you want to win a damn Super Bowl? Don't you want to win one before we close these eyes? Fam, I want one. I need one. I want my team to have a Super Bowl and say, yo, there it is. I was just watching Jerry Jones documentary on Netflix, and I'm watching the Dallas Cowboys come in and spank the Bills twice. And I'm sick to my stomach where I'm like, yo, we went 4 times. 4 times. And we couldn't punch it in. Got me salty, man. Got me salty. So I want to win, folks. And that's my premise on this whole Gabe Davis situation. You know, hate on Gabe. I like the dude, man. I like the dude. But I don't know if this pushes us forward. I don't see this pushing us forward. But anyway, that's my spiel on Gabe. I feel like I don't want this to look like I'm sitting here just, I'm just a salty fan. Nah, bro, I'm not even like that at all. You guys know, but you guys if you guys have been listening to me long enough, you guys should know where my heart is always at. I'm always trying to bring my team up. I want to win, but I can be critical. It's got to be critical, and I just don't see the vision with this. To me, this is just a simple addition. It's just like whatever. And some folks are looking at it like that. I'm looking at, if you're going to add to this team, you want to add to make this team better. And additionally, and I said this about Jordan Poyer, and I mean it, he may be on the practice squad, But he's licking his chops going, I'm just waiting for one of these cats to not get it. And I'm getting my in. I may be on the practice squad right now. I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game until I can get onto the field. No different for Gabe. Gabe is like, yo, I'll play the game. I'll sign to the practice squad. Yeah, I'll make my $22,000 a week. But I'm waiting for me to get my spot, my chance. So which one of you suckers is going to give me an opportunity? But when they do get their opportunity, are you going to be happy when Jordan Poirier gets in the game? Are you going to be like, oh, here we go. We finally, Gabe Davis gets on, number 13 comes on the squad. Are you going to be like, here we go? I mean, you're going to be like, okay, I mean, I guess. Does it push us forward? And that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. So am I being overreactive? No, I'm more of a passionate fan that's like, yo, are we trying to stay safe or are we trying to move forward? That's the way I look at it. Let me get the super chat real quick. My man Signified Note says, yo, Hall of Famer. Oh, he's talking about earlier when I said Lamar Jackson's a Hall of Famer. Listen, for those that don't know, Signified Knows I think he lives in the Baltimore area, and he can't stand the Ravens. And I love the hate that he has for the Ravens. I love it. But you can't hate. you can't hate on this one. Future Hall of Famer, Buddy has 3 playoff wins and the worst drop off in NFL history with his regular season win percentage to playoff and passer rating. Listen, he's a 2-time MVP. He's an all-pro player. By the time that his career is all said and done, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He gets 1 Super Bowl. He's locked in the Hall of Famer. Josh Allen, Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. No Super Bowl yet. Just got his first MVP. So, but they're both Hall of Fame quarterbacks, which is crazy. And they're both in the same freaking conference. And I just hope my guy gets it before. I want both quarterbacks to get it. To at least get 1. But let Josh get his first, maybe 2 before you, and then you can get yours after that. But let my guy get his first. That's the way I look at it. My man Jason Miller, what up, Jace? Jason comes in and says, hey, I like the idea of having the vets who know our system on the practice squad. Can't be a bad thing. Hopefully, they're not called up to an extended time, but in a pinch like it. And I think, and this is just my opinion, competitors don't just come on like here's the difference. Jordan Phillips, he's at the end of the rope and he knows it, right? He'll say that I got a lot of juice left and so on and so forth, but like we know what's up with Jordan Phillips. Jordan Poirier, on the other hand, this is my opinion, by the way. He went to Miami. It was a disaster. It did not work out. The team wasn't good. He didn't play well. I can't go out like that, is probably what he's saying. I cannot go out like that. Yes, I went to my home team, but I can't go out like that. I gotta redeem myself. So where does he want to redeem himself? In Buffalo. And I don't blame him. If he gets his opportunity, let's just say Bishop just is not understanding what's going down. And it's just assignment after assignment is not working out. A decision is going to have to be made. He'll be a liability. And I'm hoping Cole Bishop doesn't. I hope he gets it. And I hope it works out and Jordan Poirier doesn't have to be brought on. Not that I hate Jordan Poirier, but I just hope that he doesn't have to touch the field. Because if he's touching the field, then we got a problem. Because we know what he brought to the field when he was in Miami. Ask my guy, Big Papa Peck. He'll tell you. And we knew the year before what he brought to the team. So, and the year before that, we gave him an opportunity to go shop himself. And it didn't work out. He came back to the team. So we know we have in Poirier. But I know he still wants to play. And he still feels he can play because he's trying to redeem himself from that trash that he displayed in Miami. Gabe Davis just signed a big, huge deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. For whatever reason that they didn't bring him back, which is absolutely wild to me. You give him that much money and you cut him after year 1. Did you not like him that much that you're like, can't win with him, can't use him? You just gave him a Mike Singletary. Can't win with him, can't use him. I can't. So they said, you got to go. So then we bring him back. You think that he's saying I'm washed? Bro, he's like, I'm not washed. It just didn't quite work out with me, maybe because I got hurt and they didn't see anything they liked out of me. Who knows? They got new management, all that makes a difference. He's trying to get on that field one way or another. He's trying to get on that field to also redeem himself. Is it enough? Is it enough? That's the way I got to look at it. My man Bill I Am says, yo, Phillips sucks. It's up to us. Listen, we already know what time it is. These guys, the guys that they brought back, they're not pushing the needle forward. This is just a safe pick. And safe doesn't get you anywhere. I think we all know that. In life, safe doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't. So in my mind, I just said something to me. For personal reasons, those words coming out of my mouth, I'm just speaking to myself. Safe don't get you anywhere. Safe don't get you nowhere. It really doesn't. All right, so let me take some comments before I get out of here because I got a draft that's going to be starting shortly. So what do we got here? So my man said, Kevin Hart says, yo, Gabe knows he's better than Shavers. Poyer knows he's better than Hamlin. Interesting. Gabe knows he's better than Shavers. Shavers might have something to say about that because he might feel like y'all had this guy on the field last year and I felt like I was better and you guys put me back on the practice squad. Politics being involved, who knows? But I got my turn now. And I don't know anybody right now that is, and I challenge people. Would you rather see Shavers on the 53 or would you rather put Gabe on the 53? Is Gabe better than Shavers? Is that what you guys feel? Now, Poyer, on the other hand, because he knows this system so well, I would absolutely like to see Poyer. I can't believe it. I would like to see Poyer touch the field before I see Hamlin touch the field. And although Hamlin didn't have a bad year last year, did not have a bad year. He really didn't. I think I'd rather see Poyer on the field over Hamlin. Not think, I know. Let's just hope Bishop does the thing and does what he's supposed to do. And let's not forget, Jordan Hancock, young player, young stud player. They're going to move him around, I'm sure. They're going to move him around. They might put him at nickel. They might say, hey, you know what? Let me move you back to safety. Let's see how you look at safety. I know there was a conversation about that happening in the offseason. So that's always in play. So, I mean, listen, we got to let this thing play out. Let's just put it this way. Let everybody be healthy and stay healthy. And let's have a damn good year. That's the way I look at it. What's up, Laura? My girl Laura says, yo, one of the best things about Poyer is he hated Miami. It's business at the end of the day, man. It's business. By the way, my man Rev is in the building. What's up, Rev? I see you, bro. It's business at the end of the day. I mean, did he want to go to Miami? Part of him probably felt sick, but you have to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Let's see. I got Incredibills says, yo, Rico, seeing old players back is nice, but is the staff stuck in comfort? That's what I'm trying to say, man. No other players out there that can help us get over the hump? I mean, listen, money plays a factor in this whole situation. And at the end of the day, opportunity. I mean, listen, if I'm Jordan Poyer and I'm Gabe Davis, and my representation is talking to Brandon Beane, and I'm more specifically talking about Gabe Davis because he's got youth on his side. He's 26, 27 years old. There was conversation of him going to go see Pittsburgh, but he chose the Bills over Pittsburgh. Clearly, continuity and knowing the players and team and so on and so forth plays a big factor in that. But how much of that conversation did he have with Brandon Beane that said that, hey, man, we're going to give you an opportunity. You just got to, get healthy on that practice squad. But the minute you're healthy, I'm saying things happen, you might see yourself back on that field. Did they give him a better opportunity to step on the field? And that's what made him choose Buffalo. It makes me wonder that too, man, because players want to play. I mean, he's 26 years old, though. Like that's your livelihood. Football is your livelihood. You're not going somewhere to sit and not have an opportunity. Why would you go there? Right? If Frank Gore has an opportunity to play elsewhere, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised. Like, listen, I'm surprised nobody poached him personally. Frank Gore Jr., I'm surprised nobody poached him and say, yo, come play on our practice squad. The fact that we still have him on the squad, thank goodness. Because I think he's a good player. He's a damn good player. Hancock was my favorite draft pick. Yep. He's a lot of people's favorite draft pick right now. Rico, in all honesty, what's your thoughts on the defensive secondary? How do we fix all the injuries? Bro, strike to get your immune system straight. Check. Here we go. Yeah, if we can't stick to making things happen, I don't know how much you guys can get out of that. Rico making bank off his audio issues. Golly, I gotta get a new mic. I guess I gotta get a new cord or new mic. One of the two. Basically, what I'm trying to get to, thank you for that, by the way, guys. I don't know how long I was out, but I'll try to repeat what I was saying. Basically, what I was trying to say is we got young players on the squad that are going to have to step their game up. I just don't know what I have in Trey White. I don't know yet. Just don't know. I don't know yet what I have in Cole Bishop. Which Cole Bishop's going to show up? Is it the young, inexperienced Cole Bishop that is still just the game's too fast for him? Or is it the Cole Bishop that really learned after that Bears game and he's ready to really show out? I don't know. I know exactly what I have. This mic. Put it down. I have. Check. I know exactly what I have in Matt Milano. I know exactly what I have in Dorian Williams. I know exactly what I have in Bernard. I know exactly what I have in those guys. Trey White. I mean, if you're a good offensive coordinator, you're going to try to pick on some people. And I'm going to try to pick on Trey White. And I'm going to try to pick on Cole Bishop. So that's where you want your whole defense to be on one account, one sound, one band, that type of stuff. I apologize very much for my mic. Making me very upset. Anyway, try to end the show. Let me try to end the show upset. Anyway, folks, let me not piss myself off even more because I'm getting heated right now. You guys don't know it, but I am. But anyways, that being said, I'm gonna leave it at that. We'll see how it all plays out. Week 1 is gonna be. This is the biggest thing I have. Week 1 is going to be an absolute wake up call, and is going to reveal a lot about this team. It's going to reveal that we are nowhere near where we need to be, but thank goodness it's only week 1. Or it's going to reveal that, holy crap, all that worrying that we've done all offseason was all for nothing. Because once week 1 starts and once 17 gets under the helm and he's understanding, he's whipping that thing all over the place, and we're up, 21 or up 14, and the defense can go after it. We see Joey Bosa's super healthy, and Epenesa's getting after it, and Greg Rousseau and the whole squad is doing it. And we're sitting here going, what we're worried about? I would love for that to happen. I'd love for it to happen. But as of right now, I'm uncertain, especially because we did not have the whole crew playing this offseason or preseason. So it's all going to be something else for me. So that being said, folks, I'm going to sign off right now because this mic is really getting on me. I would have went longer, but I also got to get prepared for my fantasy draft with a 14-man league. I'm picking number 3. I can't see why Bijan Robinson won't be around. By the way, if you guys are interested in that, I might go ahead and stream my my draft tonight if you guys are in. Once I get rid of this thing right here, and I'll jump on my draft. If you guys want to watch, I'll do that. But we'll go from there. So, folks, the season is upon us, man. The season is upon us. It's going to be fun. We're going to find out exactly what these Bills are made of. All that offseason storylines are done with. The schedule is done with. We know what's up. The depth chart is out. We know who's starting. Nothing really changed the game. Josh Palmer and Keon Coleman are going to be your 2 receivers starting at the helm. Khalil Shakir, hopefully he's healthy and ready to go. He'll be ready to go at the slot receiver. Tyrell Shavers is the backup receiver to either Keon or Josh, however you want to see it. And then we roll. And then we'll see where it all shakes out at the end. The O-line is intact. We got all 3 running backs ready to go. James Cook is freshly paid. We got nothing to worry about on the offensive side of the ball. The defense, nothing changed. DeQuan, Ed Oliver, Joey Bosa, Greg Rousseau. Dorian, Milano, Bernard, Trey White, Benford, Bishop, Rapp. Those are pretty much what you saw, what was going to take place this offseason. So now it's about to see what will Joey Bosa do? He's the new addition. He's the new piece. He's the closer. If we can get old Joey Bosa with a defensive coach that loves to rotate his linemen, keeping his guys fresh, bro, we could have low-key a steal. And that's what Brandon Beane was banking on. Did we get a steal in Joey Bosa, or was it a swing and a miss like we did with Von Miller? Overpaid, but we didn't get the things we wanted from Von Miller. Obviously, the injury derailed that for us. It started well and then derailed. Who knows what we're going to see with Joey Bosa? We'll find out. But that's the big key piece here. Watching a guy come in and handle business and do what he does. Get after the quarterback. So we'll see. We'll see. So if you guys are in for watching my fantasy draft with Sleeper, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Let me know. I might just run this thing right back again. You won't even really need to hear me on my mic, so we'll go from there, and we'll see how our boy does. I'm picking number 3, so it's a snake, goes back and forth. So I gotta be ready to pounce on the things I got. All right, folks, that's my time. If you guys enjoyed this stream, go ahead and smash that like for your boy. If you haven't smashed that like, go ahead and smash it. If you haven't shared it, go ahead and share and go from there. And we'll see you guys back at it again on Friday. Knowing my man Z-Bot, you might see him on Thursday after the Dallas and Philly game, and we'll go from there. So I'm out of town right now, so this is all makeshift. I'm constantly having to move my mic, so clearly I got to make some changes, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you guys, man. The season is upon us. Sunday night, big game. So pregame, be ready for it. We got the pregame show, we'll have the postgame show, and we'll have the live reaction show by my guy P Money Pierre. It's gonna be fun. We're back in the thick of things with the Buffalo Bills. So, folks, have yourself a fantastic evening, and we'll catch you guys on the flip. And until next time, it's your boy Rico. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. We'll catch you guys soon. Have yourself a good one. Peace.